Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the much anticipated Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. With a whole host of new features, a few frustrating bugs, and some changes that have left the community split, we're going to break it all down for you, so let's get started. First off, let's talk about one of the most significant changes to the way the game is streamed. To avoid the huge file sizes that were a pain point in the last version of the game, 2024 holds much of its content on the cloud. While the goal here was to improve accessibility and reduce initial download sizes, it's led to some major issues. Many players have experienced slow loading times, missing content, and even broken assets mid-flight, especially if the bandwidth is stretched too thin. Streaming issues are one thing, but 2024 also has its share of graphical glitches. In career mode, for example, I've seen passengers outside of the plane, sometimes on the wings, or missing altogether. On top of that, aircraft like the Cessna 152 or the Beechcraft Bonanza have been plagued with missing engine sounds. These bugs are not just isolated incidents either, with many players having reported similar issues. So while the game looks stunning, it's clear there's some growing pains. Now performance wise, I'm running the game on a PC with an Nvidia 3070 Ti, with the settings set between medium and high, and it generally runs between 30 to 60 frames per second, which is great for a flight simulator. I've also tried the simulating VR using the Quest 2, and while the experience is immersive, it hasn't been perfect. In VR, I've encountered frame stutters, and just the other night, my system crashed mid-flight. This might have been more of an issue with the Quest Link than the simulator itself. However, it was frustrating when you're in the middle of a gameplay session. Let's talk about some of the really cool new additions, though, starting with the EFB, the Electronic Flight Bag. Developed by Working Title, this tablet allows you to access real-time charts and an interactive flight map right in the cockpit. It's a huge improvement over the previous VFR map, and for those with a Navigraph subscription, you'll be able to use the latest flight charts directly in your virtual tablet. This is especially handy if you're flying IFR in virtual reality, where you can pull the charts up without needing to leave the simulator. Another feature that stands out is career mode. The new system starts you off earning your private pilot's license. As you build flight hours, you can unlock new licenses and specializations. It's a bit like a tech tree for flying. There's even specific challenges you need to complete, like landing on grass runways or flying missions with a certain rating, adding some much needed progression to your virtual flying career. It's a fantastic way to keep you engaged, especially if you're someone who wants to get more structure beyond casual flying. Now let's get into something that's a bit more controversial, the encryption of default aircraft. One of the major strengths of Flight Simulator 2020 was the modding community, particularly with aircraft like the fly-by-wire A320, which took the default models to near sea level for free. Unfortunately, in 2024, the default aircraft are encrypted, and with most of the game content is streamed from the cloud, making it near impossible to mod these aircraft in the same way. While this doesn't mean mods are completely gone, it does limit what the community can do. There is a fear this could result in more locked content behind paywalls, and that's left some players feeling frustrated. And then there was the launch. I have to talk about this because it was a bit of a disaster. On launch day, players found themselves stuck in long queues, sometimes up to 4 hours, just to play. This overwhelmed the service and led to a lot of missing content and error messages. It wasn't a good look for the game, and Steam reviews plummeted, with 24 initially getting an overwhelmingly negative rating. While several studios had worked to fix the issues, the launch experience definitely soured a lot of players' excitement. Now, as for comparison with 2020, 24 feels more like an incremental update than a groundbreaking leap. While the new features like the career mode and the EFB tablet are fantastic, there are some areas where it feels like progress has slowed. The menus are more cluttered than in 2020, and some key third-party add-ons like the PMDG aircraft aren't yet compatible. I'm sure these issues will be addressed in time, but for now, it feels like 24 hasn't taken the massive step forward that 2020 did. So if you're new to flight sims, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is a fantastic place to start. It's accessible with plenty of features to keep you engaged, from career mode to improved flight dynamics. But if you're heavily invested in 2020, with a collection of payware aircraft and mods, you might want to hold off for a bit. For now, 24 feels like an upgrade rather than a revolution, and for many experienced simmers, the lack of third-party support and modding restrictions might make it hard to be fully embraced. So that's my take on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. What do you think? Is it a worthy successor, or is it missing something crucial? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you found this review helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the skies.